Hi everyone, back with another episode. Working on the Carpoon boss, and server delays. Had to switch cameras. Anyway, we'll see if this is working. My computer is a bit slower today. And basically, with the boss right now, I've been working on collision detection to try to avoid the crusher, but it currently is getting stuck outside the map because of how it's trying to find these. If it's out here, it's kind of hitting this blue, light blue stuff, and it's going up here for no reason. So we're going to try to fix that. Hello, Antonio. How you doing? I will show you the book. I'll switch to view once I get it out. Might have to switch. Here in super tiny view is the book. I'll make this bigger. So here's the book, and this is the Super Mario design book. It has so it has some exhibits, but some of the cool stuff is like sketches and things. Tanuki Peach. So they talk about designing on graph paper, and it's a newer book because they visit the museum. And I guess they're kind of going through some of this. Oh, you don't hear audio again. How's this? I clicked a button. I did a test, so this is disappointing. No audio, great. Taking a look. Hmm. I see audio, so that's odd. Oh, you hear it now. You had to refresh YouTube. Okay. I was like, I did a test. I didn't just rush into things. And later on in this book, they get into things about the design. So, mostly on Mario 1. They do have a timeline of other games later. Like, yeah, some cool stuff like that. I think it's kind of like an ad for the museum, but that's okay. And of course, early concepts. So, kind of a neat book. It's pretty big. Anyway, back to the boss. Yeah, I did the mistake earlier of moving my original camera 1 pixel or like shifting it, and the connection is so flaky it doesn't work. That camera is almost only recording for video now, or I'll try the USB port. So Monster Truck Boss, I'll start running it and we'll kind of show what it's doing. Yeah, neat book. Okay, I'm going to start up the GameMaker GameMaker Live to do live changes. If my computer reboots, I'll be back shortly. There's a thing now where sometimes if I have a YouTube window open and I resize the window, it'll just crash. I hope you never have that moving around. Tomorrow I'll have first time showing Carpoon at an event for an extended period of time. It'll be about 4 hours. It's kind of close to what I've shown in the past, but be good practice for Bit Summit later on. Now, I shouldn't have to flick through GameMaker as much as I used to. I reset settings in OBS. I found out that's a common problem. I could see it's not showing up right now though, so I spoke too soon. Let's see. I'm gonna try game capture. Okay. Yep. All right. Hopefully that makes it easier. I got one more 8-bit do for game events with a wire. I figure if it's a long event, I can't rely on batteries. I have to go to wired controllers, especially if there's... Man, I crashed already. But probably from pausing. But I created this guy here. And I can move it around to test where the boss is going to want to go. So I'm going to disable locking it on and just move it around the keyboard controls. And we're going to move it here and see what the line wants to go to. Oh, you switched to using your phone data. YouTube's acting. I guess if you can hear me right now, it is possible that YouTube's having an issue. But I'm sorry about that. No, but thank you for keeping me posted. That's yeah. Even though my brother's at Google, he's not on the YouTube team. I can't get mad at him. But it was pretty impressive visiting the Google campus. They have many new buildings underway. In the past, they were leasing buildings, so they always kind of keep expanding, I suppose, as their money fits. And my brother, he's in a pretty nice new building. We we had the free French restaurant Google lunch. Didn't see as many Google bikes around, but I wonder. Like, not everyone has come there to work now, so I wonder if they'll continue that or just try to get more people to work there like every day of the week. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks. Let me know if you can't hear me there. Did Anyway, technology. Only for the okay. All right. I think we'll just be back in a few minutes while we check out this issue. Sorry about that. Well, I think I'm back. Who knows? Let me make sure. Looks like it's good. Oh, thank you, Antonio. Thank you for waiting. I need to set up my other PC at one point. Anyway, can you hear me? Uh, I've rebooted, but so let's decouple this test object from the boss and see how things are. So you can PC of mind. 100%, yes. And basically there's always a thumbnail at the worst time. So that ate up my computer memory there too. That I was trying to do in 2 minutes. So apologies. Okay, this guy, even though I made it so he doesn't follow. Oh no, he is here. So we'll go 1 equals 2. That's my. I could do a variable like don't follow, but 1 equals 2 works fine. And here I'll make sure he doesn't follow it. Thank you, Antonio. Yeah, I'll make up for it next week with maybe your. We can have a choice. You can stream Star Fox 64 or Crystallis or a random indie game. No, unfortunately, this boss won't be ready for an event tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get it ready for an event at the end of the month. I guess, doing stuff with family takes time. Man, it's important. I guess, like, my parents, there's only so many years left to see them. And it was also nice to see my brother. No regrets. All right. So this code I put into a script because all this is way too long for the boss. I should have more scripts in there, really, at the time. But I'm pretty close to the end, so I don't want to move it around. Like new stuff I'll add in the script. And I believe we had a crash bug. Open up Notepad, takes up less memory. And the crash bug was on X target. Okay, so Crystallis is, it looks better than Zelda 1, but it's made by SNK later in the NES life cycle. I don't know much about it either, but I've heard good things over the years, and it's on NSO. So technically you can check it right now. It's not like you need other things. I did dig up some of my old Famicom and Game Boy games. Once I get a way to do that. Well, Subnautica, yeah, I could play that. I don't have it right now, but I could get it. Yeah, because I don't have it because it was on that Epic. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do have it on Epic, and I just checked Steam. Let's see. Did I just get it here for free at some point? I don't think so. Computer. If you're doing Windows Update right now, I'm going to be very. No, apparently it's in my library, so I'm pretty sure I did not buy that. So yeah, I can check it out. It's like, wait, what if it wasn't a free trial on Epic? What if I just what if I just had it? All right. I'm gonna create that variable. I think that was causing the issues. And I'm feeling okay right now. I tried jogging this morning because of bad weather. Going to be in the evening. Apparently, like, you should do all the things you want to do in life in the morning before work. But if I want to do that, I would have a full day of stuff. I guess you got to pick your spots. So Antonio, have you heard all the stuff going on between Crafton, the publisher of Subnautica 2 that bought the team, and the original creators? It's quite a fascinating story, and a judge ruled in the original creators' favor. So I think Subnautica 2 will be out soon as a result. The original creators might be in store for getting like, I think it was a 200 for Subnautica 2 and bonuses. Okay. Make sure he doesn't move this. He kind of is still. I had it so I was drawing a test line to essentially show, where it's thinking about going. Okay, I'll bring it up and I'll send you the link. We can all learn about it together. Subnautica devs, judge. Let's see, judge rules in favor. But I put a U in there, in favor. Okay. So, judge orders Subnautica 2 CEO fired by Crafton to be reinstated and gives him full control over early access Steam launch. I don't know what enjoined means. And it's complex lawsuit. One side saying one thing, one side saying the other. Hello, Oscar. How are you doing? Are you excited for Star Fox 64 again? I have mixed feelings, but I'm mostly excited. So many terrible ads. Maybe I should have ad blocker. Okay, so basically the judge says Crafton can't impede anything. They're up to earn $250 million. And basically he was fired probably to not let him get that giant bonus. And the CEO may have asked ChatGPT how to get around it. See, a month-long plan, consulting ChatGPT multiple times for help to change the messaging to change leadership to fans. But it still continues. Okay. So there you go. Yeah, it's besides being a great game, sometimes have issues. So I will say with Star Fox, I don't know if it's Nintendo having the surprise announcement of the Direct so soon for something new, or just as a way to counteract how Nate the Hate basically called out Nintendo's making a new Star Fox. And that way you don't have a bunch of people talking about, oh, well, I knew it's coming, for the usual 1 day notice. I think that was Nintendo's way of saying, like, screw you, Nate the Hate, and everyone else, for that leak. And so they just, release the news quickly without notice. But Oscar, I also saw a Mario movie about 10 days ago. Extremely fast pace. I'm assuming you liked it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Yeah, I tried to keep an open mind. Reclaim for Star Fox. Yes, reclaim the surprise element. But we are getting so many Nintendo announcements with stuff into July. I wonder if they'll just avoid June completely with the Direct, even though it did seem like, around June 18th would be the time that makes sense, the time they normally do Directs. We'll see. Oscar, what was your favorite part of the Mario movie? Mario Galaxy movie? Okay, you think we'll get a Direct to reveal holiday plans? Yeah, I guess I wonder if Nintendo is facing any pressure from investors right now and selling more Switch 2s. Maybe they'll realize, oh, if we just have a game to show off in advance, maybe we'll get more sales. Yeah, Rhythm Heaven Groove, Splatoon Raiders, and Star Fox. Yeah, we're getting quite a few games that I'm interested in. Maybe too many at once. I don't think I'd have time to play all of them. Well, Star Fox is quick. I guess Splatoon Raiders being a campaign is quick. I'm going to close Discord and rely on my phone. All right. So we're going to run this. We'll see where it's going to point. But basically, I think I'll have to create a special case where when the character's out on the outskirts, it ignores or puts a point inwards. Like, I think it's good for if the monster truck, will represent it by this guy, is like in here. If it's out here, that's bad. In here, it's okay. I don't have a case for when it's out there. I am. It's laggy. here too briefly. Shut down. All right. Yeah, watch. I'm going to do Windows update, and I'll be like, oh. No, it says it's up for today. I 100% bet it's doing Windows Update. Anyway, nothing I could do about that, unfortunately. It's good incentive for me to set up my regular PC. So I'll have that ready for next week. So I don't know if you ever noticed a laptop, but basically downloading on a laptop, I don't know what it is with like using virtual memory on the hard drive. Stream setting up a PC. That's a good Linus Tech Tips video right there. My old co-worker Linus. Except, well, I do have another PC to stream it. It'd be just me checking hard drives to make sure which one works. I think he did a video recently where he built a PC on a plane. All right. This boss, I might have to move back to wave 2, but look, testing this guy. So you can kind of see, I'll get rid of that. U for UI. Yeah, he was, when I worked at NCX Computers and I drew sale banners. I first started as a technician there at a university. Then I drew sale banners. And yeah, he was one of my coworkers before YouTube started. And then when YouTube started, he would kind of do it after hours. I tried doing a comic. I drew like 6 comics with Linus. But I should have chosen the future of YouTube to do. Oh well. Yeah, that's why Carpoon had a tournament at Linus's Tech Expo, because I asked him. So you see the it's reverse, but the truck is getting stuck up there. So let's see, right now that red dot on screen, that's where, if the monster truck was where that green car is, and it was like in the charging phase, it would want to go to that red dot and not just stop in the crusher. And if I go past it, it goes further. Yeah, there's a video, I think, of me sledgehammering a hard drive in slow motion in one of the original Tech Tips videos. Yeah, but it's too bad. He's very quick to respond to email, but I didn't get to see him much at the expo. But I should try his badminton center out one time when I'm there. Okay, so here's the problem. When I get into the, not necessarily the blue, but in the outskirts, it just doesn't work, and it starts finding a new point. So I have to say, if the car is out of that area, just ignore it and move the point inward. So we see, works okay, and broken with the dark blue line. Oh, I have no UIs, that's why I can't see it. I'll turn on this volume a bit. And this fixed camera mode, not used much, but it certainly is handy here for testing. For this boss, what I have to do is fix this pathfinding, which is almost done. Then I have to smooth out the camera lerp. If I have time today, I'll show it. I'm trying to add a phase where he has a bunch of eyeballs circling around him. And then I think I might add a bit more dirt effects when he's revving up, like the tires kicking up dirt when he's spinning in place. And I think that's about it. I do have to decide where he has to go. He might be a quick phase in the middle and then come back at the end. No, thank you both for being here. I appreciate it with the computer problems and whatnot. I will grab some coffee so I don't burn out. I'll be back. Oscar, you can vote too. I guess we're probably going to check Crystallis next week. But I was thinking about that or Star Fox 64. Yes, 30 minutes of music. I'm sorry, that's part of the reason why I had the computer reboot earlier for a thumbnail. Anyway. Okay. This boss point, the script, I don't think we use that here. We'll have to redo things. So we want to test if we need to basically define the boundary of the main level. We want to make sure it's in it. I don't have a box here. I don't want to create another object just for a box. It should be pretty easy to just drag something and find the four. We only need 2 points. We'll use the music manager to find the points. Is that too big? Maybe. Okay. So 327 by 525. And I'm disappointed the new Carpoon shirt has not come in yet for me to wear at events with the monster truck. That'll be soon. Oh, but my friend 3D printed something for me that I was able to pick up. I will show you briefly. Too excited to. Oh yeah, and I see the downside of the game capture. It's not showing me coding. There we go. I should only have it's very small. We're probably gonna do the final one bigger. Yeah, 3D truck in progress. So after this boss, Yerk did this 3D model that was in the Scarlet Skips video. And I only adjusted a couple things. Maybe I'll make the harpoon. I could bring this to the event tomorrow, but it's no harpoon. But yeah, work in progress. 3D printers are pretty neat. A few of my friends have them. Yeah, so I think in the final one, we'd make it bigger, or I just offer 2 sizes. Yeah, and I think I told everyone what I did out of all like out of Mario Kart, Kirby Air Riders, or Mario Tennis. I ended up buying Mario Kart. But I haven't got into it yet for like wall jumping and stuff. I'm sure I'll get to that point eventually. I have the entire generation to do that. I was saying it's like, well, Mario Kart is probably one of my top 5. Probably Mario Kart Double Dash, top 5 favorite games of all time. Probably I'll get value out of it. All right, now let's move this. Whoa, don't rotate. Found with making games that I guess since I have some other work at times that probably I can only really do 1 game project at a time, or like 1.5. But I think after this boss, I'll see. It could be a thing too when you're like trying to finish up something that it just takes way more time than other things. But yeah, juggling multiple projects that take potentially an infinite amount of time. I find that difficult. Some fun things I might do in the future after finishing up projects is try the Mario 64 Maker, the unofficial one, make some levels there. I think that'd be pretty fun. Level design is always something that was interesting to me. I think for a long time I thought, well, a level designer job would be pretty cool. But now it's different than what it was back then. Because there's way more than just one guy making a level now. All right, we are... Oh man, how am I going to find that point? Doesn't matter, we'll figure it out. Okay, so that's what the players in blue. We want 1 player outside level. Oh, I think I played through the new levels of the Star Fox like X Zodiac recently, and a couple of them are very short levels, but they had an excellent Wild West train level where instead of a tank you ride kind of on a motorcycle. That was worth how good it was. It was like perfect Star Fox. But, you know, so if you want something that's not Star Fox 64, highly recommend X Zodiac on Steam. It nails the feel and what you would want between like a Star Fox 1.5, between original Star Fox and 64, perfectly. False, okay. And get the player... This is kind of down here more. if we want to make sure the player exists before testing for this. I'm going to write the variables in so it makes more sense later on. I wish GameMaker was a bit easier to create a point with an array. It's probably something I should be better at. Map left. I know top Y and Y shouldn't have to add in, but I will. I turned off GameMaker's feather settings to check variables and make sure, check for errors, because it creates way too many error messages. And at one point I was stuck because instead of writing further, I write foot. Like I missed the R. And so there was like the rest of the day lost trying to track down a bug. GameMaker will kind of let you change any variable to whatever you want at any time, which something like C++ won't let you do. So I think basically instead of this, if we need to do a different outer collision, maybe I just have to work backwards. Okay, but anyway, we'll go if he's inside the level, that's fine. Like that dog on fire. I don't know. Let's just try this and see. Let's just flip it. I Oh, thanks, Antonio. That's great to know. Yeah, the computer has been feeling better now. I think it was downloading something. No, thank you. I read the stream has been, then past 10 minutes, I'm like, oh no. Oh no. It's like, has been stable. It's like, phew. Relief. No, I got rid of the Chrome YouTube preview window. And I have only one Chrome tab open. So that's way more memory immediately. Yeah, but let's test this now. Yeah, the game's been open the whole time. Let's see if it just updated. Okay. Doesn't look like that still works. So I'm getting run over by the boss. I feel like it's touching the edge already. All right, so what's happening now is he's not outside the level, but he is touching the blue there, I think. Let's go up here to an area that I know there's that. Yeah. Maybe both of them have to be reversed. I think this could be if he's outside of the level or if the player is in blue. When I say blue, I mean this cyan colored stuff. This stuff here, which is weird. I was pretty sure it's there on the ground. There's like way too many edge. I'm shooting a line across where to go, but I could almost start the line inside the map. And like one thing I did up here. Okay, Subnautica, there's basically the Crafton. So Crafton is the company that bought the Subnautica team, and they're the publisher. So there's like that CEO, and then there's the like CEO of the Subnautica team. There's an actual developer. It's basically between those two, and at first it's basically the Crafton publisher guy was saying they weren't doing enough work, and he let him go. And they said, no, you actually did this because you don't want to pay us like $250 million for a bonus. If you want to see an even more complicated case, look at what happened to Disco Elysium. I think there's a YouTube channel, People Make Games, that had a lot in that, and it was like I I know my brother liked that game, but I didn't play it. I hear really good things, but that one is really messy with who owned the rights in it, and now we're getting like a million, getting like each of them splitting off and creating their own spiritual successor or new one. Oh yeah, this won't work at all because I did both of those, so that's why there's no difference. I think I have to do this first. No problem. I think I can know it in even greater detail. I think there's a lot of stuff in the world of business that sucks, basically. Okay, we don't want player is in blue. We want if the boss is in blue. And we don't want players outside level. That doesn't make sense. Boss is outside level. Yeah, that's a confusing variable name. Oh, I was doing the wrong thing. I was doing the wrong thing. I was testing for the player being out. I was thinking because I was moving it around. I'm the player, but no, it is the boss. So that is something. That's a different way to think about it. We don't need the player target. We just need the boss's X. Yeah, Reggie. I think he did a lot of things well, and you got to respect him for what he did. For like, no CEO, no Nintendo America person said, "Before I'm hired, I have to talk to the, president of Nintendo." Like, no one had the balls to do that, basically. So everyone was shocked when he asked for it. Yeah, and his Amazon one. You got to think too, if Reggie did that, if Reggie said okay, but then he could be, up for some sort of lawsuit too, which could be part of the reason why he didn't do it. But he didn't want to ruin all the relationships he had with other retailers. Because Amazon is just one, all the other ones still exist. So now we know why Amazon didn't really have Switch 2 sales at first, or like at periods of time without Nintendo. Okay, we're gonna just do this with the boss, and we'll get that. Yeah, and you're buying products from, third-party retailers. They have to make money too. But when you get Nintendo going, oh, we can sell digitally for $10 less, you have to wonder if that's pushing more people to the eShop so they don't have to deal with resellers, or even though the justification is it's cheaper to produce. I would say my only downside of the Nintendo Store is it's only good if I know exactly what I want. It's not good to browse It's not good to shop. But then again, I don't keep my password on my Switch 2, so I'm less likely to instant buy products there. Yeah, things drive on time, well packaged. That I remember that was Smash Brothers Ultimate. It's like this isn't gonna arrive on launch day. I'm canceling. And I went digital. Okay, I want to check this. Tell you, my laptop feels hot right now. It's definitely. I want to maybe turn off the wind. Turn off the game. Okay, what is a place medium return? Yay, only true false. Easy. Oh yeah, they have Nintendo. I guess Nintendo's warehouse is in Canada. It used to be in Richmond. It used to be kind of in East Richmond. I think they moved to a different place. I wonder if that's because if anything was shipped from Japan, like by a ship, it would probably go to Vancouver. Or just the flights are closer. Yeah, hence my one interview at Nintendo of Canada just to be someone to be at a kiosk, and I didn't get it. And then I interviewed that person at E3 a few months later, just before Rare was leaving. No, get rid of that. No, don't debug. Yeah, not everyone can be a Nintendo kiosk person. Well, I don't think I knew enough about what it takes to work back then. It's a kiosky position. Yes. Yes, it is. Seems like that might have fixed it. He'll just go through a wall, but that would be okay. I could live with that. Oh no. Okay. All right. It works if I'm in the blue, because then it works backwards later. But if I'm not in the outskirts, it works forwards again. So let me see if there's like a little pixel line in between that it'll be broken. Okay, that's good. I think I have it covered. I'm worried there's a gap between the blue and the outer boundary I created. This is really handy for testing. I wish I did it earlier, rather than kind of just waiting for the boss to maybe line up with me. Although now with having to avoid the boss is a bit harder. All right. Oh, and of course you couldn't see it because I turned it off. Great. Amazing. So, outskirts, it's okay. If I go in, it's bad and hits the side. So we'll make it work backwards if the boss is outside the map, and then we'll put this code to the boss. Also, I'm in a super echoey spot today. And I noticed the screen is off. I'm going to fix that. I think I just hear the audio being echoey like right where I am. At one point I should buy a green screen again and a bunch of little soundboards. It should make it better. But I might be moving again soon, we'll see. All right, so this, did that happen if I was in the blue? Yeah, kind of happened if I was in the blue too. I would say it's kind of suburban, a quiet suburban. Okay, so this worked. Maybe I can do that. Okay, players in blue, does it work? No, it's broken. I think the problem is that I did it for both of them, and it has to be for either of these. So no, I did. It should make that for either of them. I feel like this should work. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try it again. Oh, I did it. This is the boss script. This is the boss script. This is not the test point. That explains things. Okay. I have to wonder, did I do did I do anything? Maybe not. That's always it's always fun to be coding in the wrong spot, especially like duplicating a script. And then like working on it for a long time. It's like, why isn't it working? And oh yeah, I was not editing what was being supposed to be changed at all. All right. Hopefully that would be the easy fix. I'll grab some water. Okay. To me, it looks like it's working. Technically, you could probably just search the first way the whole time, but Probably the boss won't get stuck anymore too. Like I haven't noticed them go to the top. We'll add a bunch of time, we'll playtest. So one thing, this line does not work if it doesn't go through the crusher. That was the whole point of this, but then I found all these different edge cases. And it stops basically where it intersects with the collision area we don't want to be in. I don't think anyone uses that view to see the boss on the side. Probably don't have to worry about it too much, where he's just kind of loading there. Yeah, where I noticed this issue yesterday was when the boss was in his phase 2 after hitting him and doing multiple zips across. Whoa, he went backwards there. That's kind of an issue. At first I was wondering if that's happening because the physics space for a boss, or the physics space for any character in this is kind of flipped for finding the angles. Like Y is the opposite than what you might find on the map. I'm going to reboot and try again. I disabled the easy spawn option for the boss. That was a bit slow. I'm probably going to, now that it's working again, it's not really a problem with that. I'm going to speed up that time. That was, I could probably just search boss phase equals, but I got rid of a minimum distance to travel at first. He just goes really far. Seems to be working fine. I think here, this is what I wanted quicker. Pog. Hello, Hayden. How's it going? Oh man, slow there. No, just testing this boss. Trying to get some pathfinding working. For some reason now I hear myself again. That's broken with its chassis. Tired but hanging in there. That's good. I find I can't stay up late anymore, or it will get me eventually. Last week I had the fun of staying up late for different projects and jet lag. Yeah, so basically I was detecting where this guy went, and I created this little car to simulate pathfinding. So when the boss is going through the crusher, I want it to go past it so it doesn't just stop there. And one thing I'll have to do after this is add in a jump. Although he's been going through the crusher just fine. Oh, that was one bad one there. I will have to check that out later. He came back in though, so before today I was having an issue where if the boss was on the outskirts, he was just kind of like going, all right, that's like a collision area that I shouldn't be in, and just going to the top left. He's going again to the top left. I'm disappointed. Oh yeah, and it wasn't showing, so I can show you the map now. This blue area, when he was on the boss's outside, he was detecting it. I'm gonna turn down my sound. No, but I hope. I guess I'm amazed at how late you do your recording sometimes. So, hoping you get done some of your other extra projects too. Start hitting your goal for videos this year. Oh yeah, week of bad purchases and returns. Yes, that's maybe like a not so bad life event, but it still adds more time. Gave up on getting a new monitor. Yeah. Monitors will always be for sale, except for maybe CRT TVs. You can get one later, I guess. No, yeah, you're over it. It's like you wish you had a dope PVM or something like that. What is a PVM? Is that like I in my mind I'm thinking keyboard video mouse switch, but I don't think it's that. Professional video monitor. Right now, what I have, I got a Asus. I think I have a new Asus ProArt monitor. But PVM CRT, okay. Well, I think for me, I'll be happy with any CRT. Antonio with the pun, yes. Yeah, I had hoped for a 1920 by 1200 again, but I did a mistake, and the new one was only 1080 tall, but that's okay. And it's just for better colors and viewing angle. Like I find my monitor viewing angle sucks on my LCD. The Surface, it costs a lot more, but it at a way better viewing angle. Probably though, if you're in public, you don't want the best viewing angle because then less people can see your work behind you. You get a bit of privacy. Okay, so senior boss is still going to the top. Uh, yeah, pro monitor built in, and it is way faster for video editing. I don't know if my laptop died. I guess if it could run GameMaker, I would consider it, but yeah, it might be worth it. Wasting a game on it? Yeah, it's the only downside. When I had a MacBook, I maybe had it too early, and I just found it was harder for me to use the OS. Yeah, there was that friction there, and I didn't have as much emulation at the time, so I ended up not using it a lot. Like I used it when I was out, but at home I would just use my PC. No, with the CRT, it's mostly just finding a good space where I would put it. Oh, and the other Famicom game I brought along was Sweet Home. I think that game Resident Evil was based off of. Maybe I have a chance to be able to read it now. Yeah. And the penguin who can't eat too much to impress his girlfriend at the end of the stage. That one. It's pretty hilarious, and I don't think it would be allowed to be made today. Probably it would get. It's not even that sensitive a subject. But probably it's like, no, we can't have that messaging today. That sounds right. If I found it, I could probably read it now. Okay, so this, let me make sure. Yeah, okay. I did change that. That could be part of the issue. No, we will try it. Oh, and I did start Dark Souls 2, but I think I accidentally joined a covenant that made it harder. So I think I'm going to restart. It's like I have to get used to getting to the point again where everything is easy in Dark Souls, because I was definitely struggling once again. Got to get past that first 20 hours. I'm glad for Carpoon. Probably the next update after this boss like even though it would be hard to revamp some of the harpoons, I was having a suggestion to make like more randomness. Some game developer friends, like different harpoons or some sort of like weapon like Mario Kart. I do want to do a hard mode for cars, and that's pretty easy because all I have to do is have at the end of a wave, only if you crushed a car, it counts for extra time. I kind of regret creating this boss or promising it, but it's a good learning experience. All right, we want to add a bunch of time. We want to test this guy here. Make sure he is not like wanting to go way out of the map. The time car. Yeah, basically. Well, it's basically what they are. They're going to be cars like, it's what it should be. It's like Crazy Taxi. Only customers you get to the point in time give you a time extension. So I found that while testing it, that some people are like complaining about the amount of time it takes. Like it doesn't seem like the time is less if you're doing good or bad. So I'll make that the default mode. Let's see it. Okay, Oscar says, your favorite scenes from Super Mario Galaxy movie are Star Fox, NES Rob, Pikmin, and the post-credit scenes. Yeah, Star Fox is better than I thought. Rob was funny, but Rob is also, he's a lot like the sloth from Zootopia. That was my only disappointment with Rob. Like the Zootopia DMV scene. In the post-credits, I wish they didn't give away one post-credits scene back in, back in the commercials. Okay, what is it? I think it's going to a default point. I think I'll have to make it so it prints out the point it's going to. All right. So we'll basically figure out why is the boss going super far off the map? And then we'll have it jump over there. And then maybe we'll check out the eyeballs. This month has gone, well, last month wasn't too busy. This month has become busy because the event tomorrow, there's Bit Summit, it's another project. I want to finish this boss, and I should get more stuff done. Oscar, you are getting Indiana Jones. Well, enjoy. It's, I think it's made by the people who did Wolfenstein. Because they can only make games with Nazis, apparently. But Indiana Jones was one Xbox game I was kind of interested in. Like one non-Gears of War game that I was interested in. But one of my friends, he tried it and didn't like it. And normally I have the same taste. So I guess I will try it and see if I had the same issue. Mostly, I am excited for Mina the Hollower at the end of the month. Oh, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Yeah, I think I think HPR Shredder will be getting that one. The art looks nice. I think I will have too many games at the time to get it. Only if it is a highly rated platformer will I get that one. I sometimes wonder with Nintendo if it's good that they're having a game every single month, or if they should be willing to have a break, maybe have a higher quality game, but not do what Sony's doing, where there's maybe like 2 games a year, it feels like. I think with some of the releases, like Star Fox being a remake, they just did it because they knew exactly how long it would take to make that game, and they could fill in the early Switch 2 lineup while buying time to have bigger releases later. It really feels mostly like a game to get out there because it's been 10 years since the Star Fox. Introduce new Nintendo players to the series. Not necessarily for old guys. I want to get the cartridge for that Penguin game because it's amazing. Hold on. This will be fun show games I brought later. I brought Game Boy Camera again. Star Fox. Oh yeah, Star Foxes and Starlink Battle for Atlas. That was a way to help Ubisoft sell more of that. So yeah, it has been a bit quicker. I don't have a Famicom. I have a Famulator, but it looks like a Famicom. Okay. Oh, do I not? Oh, the Penguin game's gone. That's too bad. No, but here are 2 games I hope to play on stream later when I figure it out. Heberake by Sunsoft. Another 1991 game. And Little Samson. Hope to get through that again. This was by Taito in 1992. Some more late NES games I missed. And of course, one of my top 3 games ever. This one looks like kind of a neat game. I wonder if something is happening here where it's going to that funny other point. I'm going to comment out this, which is like a backup option. And I'm going to get rid of this and we'll just see what happens. I might have to be nice to zoom out even more and see exactly where it's going. I think it's missing a solid object when it goes up there. Definitely loves going up that way. Without the other stuff, though, it would be easier to pinpoint. Without the crusher code, without the code to avoid it, he is going straight in there. All right, well let's try just adding the boss code in and keeping the code for that default situation out of it. Like all this. Why does it even do that? Is it if the player's dead? Okay. I think it's... This is when an if statement gets way too long. Well, that part shouldn't matter, so it is probably in here. Get that going again so I can do edits on the fly. Okay, let's confirm if our new code causes it to go top left. 0, 0, maybe that's part of it too. Let's see where 0, 0 is on the map while that's loading. If statement is too long, launch the confetti cannon. Basically, yes. Okay. Where is 0, 0 on the map? Oh, undo. No, it's gone. Where to go? Okay, that's the issue. It's going to the default point in one situation. So we know that's what we have to avoid. We can make the default point, I don't know, like, the build. I don't want to move buildings or mountains. Like the default point could be there. All right, we know what to fix. Knowing what to fix is half the battle, I'll say. Okay, we can add back in the old stuff we got rid of for when a player is dead. So what would cause it to only go up there? If there's no player target, okay. Maybe that'll do it. If it maybe doesn't collide with this at all, because the yeah, that might do it. No way, we got a case here. All right, okay, we need a case if this is no one. We could probably do something pretty easy here and just, you know, I can just set X target 2 to a certain place and we'll know if that was the issue coming up. We'll try this point. All right, and okay, that was one potential issue. kind of wanted to, you know, just not do anything. Like it shouldn't have to set it. Here might be an issue if we'll do the same thing here. This one we'll just put in the middle here. We get an idea of where it's breaking. Probably. Maybe not, but probably. I think it's still breaking one more place. Oh, that broke quickly. Okay, line 30, let's find it. It's kind of weird how this didn't work all of a sudden. Yep, I never wrote it in. Okay, we'll fix that. Weird how it got to that. I think it's probably going to find an error elsewhere. Okay, fingers crossed. All right, I need to adjust that top point too. I want to make sure. Let's set the default point to this bottom one here. We'll know. Oh. So he did go to that point by default. That's not so bad though. So far, I think he's gone to 3 of the default points. I think that I haven't seen, to be jumping and crushed. All right, well, that's good to know. All the edge cases, it's kind of going to. So these I could keep, but I think I could set it to the previous target. Did I do anything special during Golden Week? I went to see some flowers and went to a festival at the Ancient Tomb where it's like based on a myth. I think about it's a couple. I think it's about like a prince and a princess, and I think they have a baby in a burning building or something like that. So there's a big procession with torches at night, and they kind of burn down this hay house. And that was kind of a neat day. It's pretty windy, so it was almost like it wouldn't go on, and they had fireworks at the very end. I wish I brought a coat. Didn't rain though last year. That it rained a ton, so we didn't get to go. This year I had good weather. Yeah, it's a little creepy. I think like they don't go in the house, but something about a burning farmhouse. So it's all made out of hay. So when they're burning it at night, they had like a fire crew on site, and they're dousing water on it. Yeah, I went out to a couple restaurants. That's about it. The Habs have their second game of round two tomorrow. Hopefully they win that so they keep up in the series. Like you would think Buffalo is beatable, but Buffalo is on a pretty hot streak right now. For the Canucks are cursed and they couldn't get the number one or number two draft pick. They got number three. Hot Wings. Buffalo, yeah, Buffalo Wings. I was like, I'm thinking Detroit Red Wings here. They're not in the playoffs. Oh, okay. Equals none. That. We'll see if it ever happens now. This just last time proved it was working. I didn't change it. That one's still bad. That's it. Even this one's getting a bit too long to be readable. I miss having a vertical monitor just to see it all. Probably go for about another 30 minutes and I'll close things out and have lunch. Thank you everyone for being here. Clawing my way to a bit more boss progress. Boss Grass. I think that in UFO 50 is the game Valgriss. It's always okay on a oh, except for that spin. It's okay when the boss is like doing a single line. It's when he is doing multiple attacks on later phases. They're selling a guidebook. I only saw that it's out in Japan now. Is it made by Fan Gamer? Oh, thank you. I was wondering if the development team did anything there. Okay, let me get 3 zips. I call each attack a zip. All right, there's definitely 2 points that he shouldn't be going to. I'm going to draw a little map here. I will take a look later. Thank you. I turned off Discord on my computer so it's not too slow. Oh, don't tell me it looks amazing. I don't want to. I can only get so many books. Okay, I want to see why he's going to that bottom point. Let's see. So that point is okay. Do I say X target at all? I kind of do. Ah, deluxe physical version. No. I did love UFO 50. UFO 50, I could easily go back and continue playing. I only stopped playing UFO 50 to play other games. I guess that happens a lot, but I kept going back to that game for a year. All right. All right, before we create this boss script, which I can't find anymore. Okay. We're going to create an original we're going to store these and see if that fixes the problem. Because part of this script was supposed to not overwrite where it was going originally. Oh, that works. I was surprised to see another game, Scrub and Trouble, by one of the developers. Didn't have instant success. It only has about 10 reviews on Steam, I think. Oh, nice. Complete soundtrack is huge. That's what Eric did. Would be quite the feat. Like designing games and also doing the soundtrack for every single game in it. Maybe I can bring it up quickly. The UFO companion. I feel like this is too cheap, but no, it has 100 stickers. Yeah, it would help you through it. You can also join the Secret Lives of Games Discord, and they have or I think there's also a UFO 50 Discord, like a fan one too, and ask people in there or do guides. But oh, Mooncat. I wonder if Burst Error like did some of these, like the modeling, if that's an actual clay model or 3D. Okay. A whole map for divers. Oh yeah, it's got different tips in here. That could be helpful. And that is appropriately creepy Mooncat art. Oh, very nice. See the cyber owls. Oh, they would have got someone to draw all this art. That's neat. All right. Will you work as intended, truck? Yeah, he's kind of stuck there on that point. I still would like to do a video on Mooncat at one point. He's getting that top point there. I feel that if he is not going through the crusher, he should still have a target point. So I will update that. Like, let's say where the creepy green car is, if he's there and the boss is here, like he should aim. That's kind of working. If you're downstream, yeah, that would be the easy way to do it. I could, well, like I was playing Blaster Master last time to play through Mini and Max, which is also a bit like Blaster Master because you're huge and you shrink down to a small size. It's interesting because when you're huge, you can move anywhere on the map quickly, and then when you shrink down, like that area of the map is a big space, and you like talk to bugs. It'd be nice to get through that one. All right. Well, I think. Whoa, that works. Yeah, I need a point here where he's going to go after the player. And I can make that more clear. Let's try it one more time. Or actually, I'm going to try it and switch out the point to the original X target again. Yeah, let's put that as a June project for Minion Max and Mooncat. It's giving me time to finish this boss. Okay, here's one that maybe I can get rid of. Where it's okay, that was the top corner. How's that middle point? It was like in going to. Okay, these. Those can change. That was the bottom corner, I believe. But I didn't really see it going there. Okay, I think. Let's see how this acts. I'm tempted, like, I can't see the screen right now. No, the controller doesn't work. I have to make it active. I can tell you with those screens, nobody ever reads them. Or they can't remember. It's just like, whoosh, like I don't even know. Ah, the sliding bug again. Why do you not like that? I put sliding. That makes no sense to me. Maybe that was too low. Man, lots of projects to do and just have to get them done. I think everything takes more time and effort than I think. Okay. Whoa. All right, I believe I did not create, I put that too high up. We're getting there. It wasn't the sliding bug. Oh yeah. Right above it. Okay, that's good. This is why people like point at things and try to really make sure it's okay. I think Godot is a bit nicer because compiling is faster. There's like a little bit of improvement with some of it, but it's almost at the time where I feel like I could do something else, but I can't. Whoa! He's gone, folks. Maybe that X target wasn't set yet. It's definitely a very 0-0 position. I do want it so there is a gold car thrown in there. And if you snag it, like you can grab these before he crushes them. You get a lot more points. But he'd only do it once. Okay, that seems to be working. That was a very short point. I think that could be better. That last one where he's going up a tiny bit, that I think I wanted a short little bit and a jump. This makes sense here where he hit the wall because I don't want him to drive out of bounds. See, grab the car. It's definitely closer. I will have to test how it works when the player is crushed. Yeah, I think I can revamp the normal attack line to be, kind of find a point halfway between the player and the wall at all times, and that'll be better. Except when the player is like super close to the wall. How did you get their car? Like this is almost good enough that I can just leave it. I think it's that initial charge to 0, 0. That's the only thing that is really broken right now. So you say on your end with art, I'm finding that I have to watch, listen to way less YouTube, focus on my art learning. So I'll be giving that a go. I agree. I think I was listening to way too many podcasts, and it does make it hard to focus. So I'm trying to think to just listen to one in the morning if I want to, like a quick one, but try to just save any good YouTube video, like the Jonas Tyroller one on fun, for the end of the day if I have free time, and just, actually fully watch it. Because I think that's been slowing me down a lot. It makes it feel like there's infinite time when there's not. And just sometimes, depending on the task, it is easy to like draw and listen, but some stuff like programming is much harder. Some podcasts too, the audio is all over the map. Oh, he was fine that time. And then I find that makes it harder to focus. Like it's easier if there's only one or two speakers. Yeah, my friend reminded me it's like a retired person sometimes lose track of like time being precious. But I guess they have the right to relax. I'm gonna see if I can get that initial first bad charge again. Like I think I can cut out I probably end up looking at stuff for about 30 minutes in the morning that I don't have to do. I could have been running 30 minutes earlier this morning. Maybe cooler. No, I wish you good luck with that. Whoa! Okay, there he was going to 0, 0. I think I can add something if X target is 0, 0. Like, don't do that. Let's make it go to the light post. Like I believe there is X target equals, yeah, it starts off as that. And maybe it just doesn't change ever. Oh yeah, you guys can't see any of this, so well, it doesn't matter. We'll go here. Yeah, just as an exercise. So drawing a cartoon character from observation each day, if possible, something can be done in 15 minutes. Yeah, you could do that. There's that way too where you don't look at the paper, you just look at the drawing, you try to match exactly every single line. And it kind of like, that's a drawing practice thing. And probably I would say try to draw the character and then try to draw it with no reference after. So there's 3 ways. Like look at it, draw it, and then try to like look at it without looking at the paper to follow every line. You've been drawing characters for the kids. Well, that counts. That's something. Yeah, it's better than nothing. I haven't done much lately. I should have brought my drawing tablet on my trip. I need a drawing tablet that doesn't require a PC. Yeah, very good. Draw Link. Link is a challenge. Or Link and Samus is a challenge in not including tons of details. But yeah, Mario characters are fun. Mario, it's like one I can do probably with no reference. See that bottom line there? I think he should go further past the player. So I can fix that now. Oh, he just stopped. He probably sensed the player there and he's like, nope, that's enough. Well, thank you, Antonio. And I will keep you posted if I also do stuff, which I should do. I guess there's always a thing with learning, like it can be a bit uncomfortable at first. Then you just eventually have to try to make it routine. Easier said than done, especially when life gets busy. You want to make sure your summer is productive so you have good momentum in the fall. Yes, summer is hard with more outdoor events. I suppose if you brought a sketchbook along, that would be one way around it. Ah, he killed himself. All right, one final go and that'll be it. I'll recharge with lunch. Yeah, mood is higher too. Yes. Okay, that was the default point there that he went to. Sometimes it's the small ones make him look erratic, which is fine, but yeah. I think I can get around those screen edges by just slowly fading him in, like Banjo-Kazooie fog. Oh, he just stopped there. Yeah. This point, if I have problems, I can just make it at a random point. So I made 4 preset locations, and probably no one would ever notice. All right, well, that's it. I have a few things to fix, but it's much closer. And thank you, everyone, for dropping by today. And good luck with your goals. Enjoy the spring weather. Hope Montreal wins. They were in the Stanley Cup final, I think, in that pandemic year. Thank you, Antonio. Yeah, if I can get through this another step today, some of the other stuff is more fun. And no problem. Yes, for Canada, the only Canadian team left. The Oilers let us down this year. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye, Oscar. Take care.